Hi guys, Jimbo here, the driving test guy, New South Wales, helping you through YouTube pass your New South Wales P1 driving test, hopefully first go. Now today's a FAQ video. I've got some questions here from my viewers. Just want to thank you guys out there for supporting my channel. You're helping me by watching and then subscribing and that, and I want to help you, okay? Just before we do the questions, got some success stories from Jet Wood. Jet Wood writes back, says, your videos really helped me pass today 100%. Fantastic, Jet. From Pradeep Kandel, why am I watching this, he says. I passed my test last Wednesday after getting tips from you. Fantastic, Pradeep. Mitchell Morgan, hey mate, would just like to thank you with helping me get 100% on my first go. I appreciate all the great tips and instructions. Fantastic, Mitchell. Foxy Marty basically says, I passed. Now, Foxy Marty did the test at Gregory Hills, and if you know, with Gregory Hills, they got a new test course out there. Foxy Marty says that they did this particular course, went up through Gledswood Hills. Remember, the road, the Hermitage is 50 zone. Don't forget that, folks. Okay, so some not as good news. One of my viewers there, unfortunately, did a test at Bankstown, Deanna, and unfortunately Deanna had rolled through the stop sign, and that triggered an F1 fail. Now you can actually see here on the screen the actual intersection. It's one of the Bankstown test courses goes in the Greenacre, and you can see the stop sign, you can see the first line, which is the stop, and then there's a second line, which is got the little lines on it. That means that the road rises a bit. You see the intersection's like got a bit of a rise in it. Yeah, Deanna must have rolled through the first line, and that's triggered the F1 fail. So don't let the stop sign catch you guys out. Make sure you notice the stop sign. Get up, let the line disappear a bit, get your bumper within 1 meter, bounce it, and then you can push over to see better. Okay, so now some questions from Lena Jabara. If I talk to myself, like remind myself, okay, hook the wheel, indicate, turn, etc., will they penalize me? And do I lose points for not being confident and being slow with decision making? Okay, now, doing a commentary as you drive is actually quite good, because it's helping you think of all your steps, and the examiner actually can tell what you're thinking, and that's actually a good thing. So yeah, for sure, do a commentary, no problems whatsoever. Now, the other question part of it is, if I'm not being confident and being slow with decision making. Now, this can be a problem if you're not confident and you keep continually rejecting gaps that are viable. Okay, so if that's where you're at, I suggest you get a little bit more practice, with those scenarios. Usually, like a roundabout is busy, trying to get that moment to jump in. You can check out my roundabout video to help you with that. Okay, now some questions from No Australian Bias. Now he's got his test, I believe, tomorrow. Now we're going to be cheering him on. He's going to pass it first go, hopefully. He says, will you be penalised for going too slow? Well, you can and you can't, depends. There is a markdown if you're more than 20 k's under the limit, but that's if you're in an 80k or above zone, which often is pretty rare for a driving test. But then again, if you're just driving too slow and holding everyone up, that can be dangerous, and they could issue an F7 fail for that. So I generally would like you to keep within 5 k's of the limit, but keep your space in front. And if there's a hazard or there's a slow car, then you can certainly slow it back a bit. But yeah, keep your space in front, your 3-second gap. Next question from No Australian Bias is, what sort of roads are there on the driving test? Suburban, freeways? Okay, now, it's generally just a mixture of suburban and some sort of mainish roads. You're not going to have like, you're not going to go on a freeway, okay? And it also depends where you are. Obviously, if you're down in Cooma, it's going to be a little bit quieter. But if you're up in like Castle Hill or Bankstown, it can be a bit busier in that. And it depends on the time of day as well. So, but there's no freeways whatsoever. Okay, are you allowed to talk to the examiner? Well, you can try, but they're not going to talk much. They're not there to have a conversation. So I would suggest, look, just stick to business. I have heard occasions when an examiner, the examiner might say something like, look, oh, well, did you have the day off? You know, but look, if they don't talk to you, they're not angry, or most aren't. They're just there to do the job. So yeah, I wouldn't encourage chatting. Okay, next question is, can you fail or lose marks for being too safe? Well, depends what you mean by too safe. I mean, if it means that you know, I think you mentioned there, waiting at the roundabout's too long and that. Yeah, if you sit there and it's safe and you're just not going, yeah, that can be a problem if it drags on too long. I mean, the odd, what I call a reject gap, is okay, but if it just becomes all the time, yeah, you might want to just tune that up a little bit. But yeah, it can be a problem if it's excessive. Now, one more question from No Australian Bias. Okay, so during the test, do you get asked to do a maneuver? Well, it just can be any time. It can be at the beginning, it can be in the middle, it can be end. But the two maneuvers, curb stop and then either 3-point turn or reverse park, they're never close together. They are spread a bit. So it's not like you do curb stop then straight into a 3-point turn. But they can be anywhere on the test. Okay guys, that's it. So hopefully those answers can help you all out there. Keep practicing. If you haven't already, press the subscribe button, the notification button, and the like button, and that helps me, and I'll keep helping you. And remember, stay safe.